Yo, what's up, Pals? Rare TCG coming at you with a brand new video. Today we are going to take a look at a sleeper pick, no pun intended, with Jynx EX. Now, I know a lot of people don't know what Jynx EX does because who the heck plays Jynx EX? Well, I do. And here's what she does. She has one amazing attack called Heart Stopping Kiss, which for 3 energy, 1 being a water, if your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, it's automatically knocked out. Doesn't matter if it has 1 damage counter on it or 200 damage counters on it. If that Pokemon's asleep, Jynx just KOs it. So it's really strong and pretty consistent. Now you might be asking yourself, well, Rare, how exactly are we going to get our opponent's active Pokemon asleep? That, my good friends, is where Altaria comes in. Altaria has the attack Soothing Lullaby, which for 1 water, coincidentally, and a metal energy, you do 110 damage, but your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep and they need to flip 2 heads in order to wake up as opposed to just 1. So it's not the most consistent, method of getting your opponent asleep, but listen, it works. I've played a couple games and I've won a couple matches, so I don't want to toot my own horn here, but we got it going. We got Baxcalibur here to help us accelerate those water energies because we do play a lot of water energy. And we have Cleffa in the deck to help us draw out of any bad hands. For trainer cards, we have the usual, but our ace spec this time is going to be Secret Box. Getting ourselves supporters like Arven or Hilda, depending on which one we need, or even Crispin to power up Altaria, is a huge necessity. We also play Artazon as our stadium, so we can get that with Secret Box. We can get rare candies. I mean, Secret Box pretty much just sets up our Pokemon very quickly. We play a couple of copies of TM Evo, a couple of copies of rare candy, the basic stuff. And we also play 2 copies of Air Balloon because we need to be able to get Altaria and Jynx out of the active position. Altaria is a lot easier to get out of the active position, only requiring 1 energy for a retreat cost, but, Air Balloon helps where it can. So, I'm done yapping. Let's jump into a game and see how it goes. Alright, here we are in game 1. Going first, we have the Swablu in the active position and not much else, so that's a little unfortunate. My opponent does take a mulligan, though, and it looks like they're playing the Ceruledge deck. In fact, their coin that they had to flip was also Ceruledge, so that definitely tells me that this is most likely going to be a Ceruledge EX deck, which I'm actually not upset about because they are weak to water, and Jynx does have water attacks, so because ice and water are combined into one type in TCG. As you can also see, the board has also changed since I've last uploaded because of the My Friend Malamar event going on for the announcement of Mega Malamar coming out on Wednesday, so that should be fun. Speaking of which, what do you guys think about the new Megas that are coming out in ZA? A lot of people are they're torn between them. They're either they love them or they hate them, or they're just like Hawlucha. Hawlucha seems to be like the big one, and in all honesty, Hawlucha is my favorite as well. I think Victory Bell's okay. I think it's kind of funny, kind of niche, and I'm indifferent about Dragonite EX. I mean, I know Dragonite EX, Mega Dragonite. I know a lot of people wanted Dragonite in the game to be a Mega, so I'm happy for them. My cousin being one of them, he's a huge Meganite stan. Dragonite stan. Why did I say Meganite? Dragonite stan. So I'm happy that he got his wish of getting Mega Dragonite. He's actually happy with the design. So if he's happy, I'm happy. That's pretty much how I look at Pokemon designs. I've never actively ragged on a Pokemon design before, except for Enamorus. That's the only Pokemon that I despise. That's the only one. Sneasler I didn't like in the beginning, but once I got to see it in 3D and I saw it in action, I was like, okay, that's actually not a bad design. So I'm not hating on Sneasler in any capacity. Okay, my opponent has quite the hand right now. They had their ace spec right now. They have the Squawkability EX ready. I mean, they got everything they could possibly want right now, and they are moving and grooving. Mud on me. There they go. Yep. Wow. I mean, they're getting rid of a lot of resources like Boss's Orders, PAL Pad. They even got rid of one of their Ceruledges. So, I mean, they're doing a lot right now. But I mean, let's see what happens. The good thing here is we do have Hilda, so I can evolve straight into Altaria and take out this Charcadet. And I kind of want to do that, but at the same time, I do want to see what I draw just to see if I could get something better before I make such a rash decision. Just for, you know, for lulz, I was thinking about actually doing a Malamar deck because of all the Malamar stuff going on. My friend Malamar. Have you guys seen that video by the Pokemon company? It was just uploaded as Malamar.mp4 or something. It was like the weirdest video ever. I don't know who on the marketing team like thought that was a good idea, but it was a very strange video, and yet somehow it's still stuck in my head. I hate that it's stuck in my head, to be honest with you. Alright, we actually got a pretty phenomenal hand going right now. I'm going to get myself Altaria, and I'm going to get a Water Energy. I unfortunately didn't get Jynx, but I'm not mad about that, because I could still take out Charcadet right now, which is the main threat. And I can use Arven next turn to get myself a Nest Ball, and we have a Water Energy and the Earthen Vessel and the Baxcalibur, so as long as we don't get Iono this turn, I mean, we're pretty lit right now. So I'm not complaining. But yeah, I don't know about Malamar. I'm kind of excited to see what its EX is. Yeah, I keep saying EX because I'm thinking TCG terms. But really excited to see what its Mega is going to be, because Malamar is one of my favorite Kalos Pokemon. It's actually one of my favorite Pokemon in general. I love its design. I love like the role it played in the X and Y anime. So, I mean, what is there not to love about Malamar? It's a really cool design. It's actually considered the only quote-unquote evil Pokemon. So that's kind of cool. And if you ever seen it in the XYZ anime, it played a really like cliffhanger role. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who didn't see it, but they really set it up for like a really cool, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a subplot, and then like they just dropped it, and I was really upset by that because it was a really cool idea, and they never went anywhere with it. But wow, we have a really phenomenal hand right now. So I'm just gonna get myself an Air Balloon, a Nest Ball, and I'm gonna get my Jynx set up. And hold on, I don't know why my clicking isn't working. Let's do that. Let's attach this Air Balloon. Let's evolve into Baxcalibur. Then I'm going to get rid of one of my rare candies for 2 more Water Energy, allowing me to accelerate straight to the Jynx EX, and Jynx is completely ready to go. Oh, I don't know why my click isn't working today, but whatever. Alright, so we can use Altaria's Soothing Lullaby to put this Squawkability EX to sleep, and hopefully, and there you go, he's still asleep. Now, if he flips at least 1 Tails during the transitional phase, he'll still be asleep, and that will allow us to take out Squawkability next turn, but I don't think I'm going to use Jynx's Heart Stomping attack, even though that's like the whole point of this deck, only because it's kind of pointless for me to swap out Altaria for such a niche situation right now. Oh, they do have the switch, unfortunate, and they probably have the Cerulege in their hand. No, they don't. Okay, that's good. They'll probably get it from this, though, but it doesn't really matter because we could still use the Icy Wind attack, but actually, no. Cerulege won't get KO'd by that. Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to see what we want to do right now, because we have a tall order to fill right now. We can set up a Swablu next turn with the Earthen Vessel. That'll get us 1 Water and 1 Steel. We can attach the Steel from hand and then use Baxcalibur to set up the Swablu. So that actually might be our best bet as opposed to just going straight in with Jynx. So let's see what we get off the top deck here, because I don't want to ideally get rid of something that's important. It's a Cleffa. We can get rid of Cleffa. That's fine, because we are going to Iono. So let's get a Steel and a Water. And our Swablu is completely set up. Now we just have to find the Altaria and really get this going. So let's put that there. And then let's Iono. Wow, this deck is really flowing today. And there's the Altaria. Excellent. Unfortunately, we got the boss's orders a little too late, but I'm okay with that. I do want to get this down, and I'm going to set up another Frigibax just in case they boss up Baxcalibur. So let me retreat. I have better odds with the Soothing Lullaby than I do with the Icy Wind, hence why I'm making this play. So, now it's not uncommon for them to flip 2 heads. Okay, well there you go. Only 1 head, they're still asleep, so they cannot attack us this turn going in. So that's fine with me. But as I was saying, it's not uncommon for them to flip 2 heads, because I did have an opponent when I was playtesting who actually, oh my god, they have 2 switches. Of all the resources that they're gonna boss up my Jynx. Oh god. Wow, this just went horribly real quick. But it's definitely possible for them to keep flipping 2 heads, because during my playtesting, my opponent was able to flip double heads like 3 times in a row, so that's crazy. They have 13 energy in the discard. Yeah, that's the end of Jynx. Damn. Who plays double switch in a Ceruledge deck, first of all? Usually you play Jet Energy. And the fact that they had their 2 switches in their deck still after all this milling is nothing short of a miracle, to be honest with you. I could boss up the Squawk. Actually, I might just do that. Let me get another Altaria set up, though. Just to be safe. So let's do that. Let's do this. I unfortunately don't have a means of recovering energy in this deck. I don't have like a Super Rod, or I don't even think I play Night Structure in this deck, to be honest with you. So, oh my, and there it is, the 2 heads. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. I probably should have just bossed up the Squawk ability. Damn, this went south real quick. This is really disappointing. Damn. But I'm glad you guys got to see how the deck plays, though. I mean, setting it up isn't that difficult with all the playtesting I've been doing and all the modifications I've been making. But in terms of like getting consistent KOs, that's where this deck falls a little short. Especially when my opponent is able to retreat their active Pokemon as easily with the Switch or Jet Energy like this opponent is able to do. So that's very disappointing. I could use Swablu's first attack to confuse the Ceruledge, though, so that would give me an incentive to maybe want them to switch. And they have a retreat cost of 2, so they would have to waste an energy retreating the Ceruledge. So that actually might not be a bad idea. Let's get Jynx out of the... Or do we want to get Cleffa? No, we can't. No, we can't afford... We can't afford Cleffa. So let's just confuse this Ceruledge and pray to RNGesus. But yeah, I was thinking about using a Malamar deck. I'm sorry to go like all over the place. I'm kind of like all over the place right now, but you know, that is what it is. I was thinking about using a Malamar deck just for fun, just for laughs, because of like the whole Malamar thing that's going on. So if you guys want me to do a Malamar deck, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. They do hit tails, so we survive another turn. That's good. If I could just get an Altaria right now, that'd be fantastic. I do not, but I do get an Arven. What do we want to do here? We could TM Evo, but that doesn't help me. I guess I'm just going to have to Ultra Ball and TM Evo, and then we'll just get rid of the Artazon and the TM Evo, and pray that we have an Altaria in the deck. We do. Good. Okay, so let's get an Altaria. And it doesn't look like this is going to be a winning matchup, but I mean, I'm doing my best here, guys. My opponent is going to survive with 10 HP, and they flip the double heads. Are they still confused though? Because it doesn't look like it. No, I think putting them to sleep actually cured them of their confusion. I did not know that. Okay, so word to the wise: if you are playing a deck that has confusion, confusion goes away with sleep. I did not know that. In all my years of playing TCG, I did not know that. That was actually the first and only time that's ever come up. Interesting. Alright, well, if I can get 1 water energy, I could take this out with Frigibax's chili attack. Chili. I can go for some chili right now. But sorry I've been a little lackluster with the video uploads, guys. I am back to work as of last week. I'm actually having a pretty phenomenal starting year for teaching. So I'm very happy with my job right now, all things considered. I haven't been like completely MIA from PTCGL because I have been playing in my spare time and play testing, and yeah, no, we just lost. I'll pick up this conversation in the next matchup. That was unfortunate. Alright, here we are in Game 2. Unfortunately, I am going to have to take a mulligan because we don't have a basic Pokemon. But as I left off in the first matchup, as I was saying, I haven't been completely MIA from PTCGO because I have been playtesting. So I have this deck I wanted to show off, and I also have a Conkeldurr deck I was working on. I posted on my Twitter yesterday? Yes, yesterday, while I was playtesting it. So if you haven't seen my Twitter account, you might want to follow me at RareBoyYT on Twitter. Or as the kids call it nowadays, X. So if you are not on Twitter, I suggest giving me a follow and seeing what's up. Because I do post on there very rarely, but I do post. And sometimes I do give insight to what deck I'm building. So definitely give it a look. Alright, so we got an okay start. I definitely want to get another Frigibax down. And I want to use this Nest Ball to get myself another Jynx. Because Nest Ball is the only way you can get Jynx set up in this deck. And we'll just end it there. So it looks like we are playing a Miraidon deck. It's not good. Miraidon is also another consistent deck. I'm just really upset with how that Zeraledge match went, because my opponent not only had the greatest start of their life, like that was a phenomenal opening, but they didn't mill any of the essential cards that they needed to defeat me last game. They didn't get rid of any of the switches. They didn't get rid of a boss's order. I mean, they got rid of one boss's orders, but they didn't get rid of all their boss's orders. Like, it was just like that game like went so far in their favor. It was ridiculous. Like, you will never see that, especially from me the second I hit record. I was hyping this deck up so well. Oh yeah, I was playtesting and I was winning, you know. And now all of a sudden, I'm running into all these horrible matchups. I did manage to beat a Dragapult with this deck, believe it or not. I mean, granted, my opponent only had 2 Dragapults set up. They didn't have a third one, but still. I was able to get the Soothing Lullaby, and they weren't able to flip 2 heads twice in a row, and then Jynx came in, and that was the end of them. They are boss. Who are they going to boss? I'm actually okay with them bossing. They're going to boss up Jynx. I'm not okay with them bossing Jynx up. I would have liked to have a supporter in my hand, which would have made this a little better. And we just got water energy. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to thin a little with the Artazon. Get myself another Swablu. And I think we're just going to end my turn. So we are bricking right now. We are unfortunately in a pickle. They do get the Electros set up. They don't have any energy in the discard. They have energy in the discard, thanks to the professor's research. Okay, they're gonna... Oh yeah, this is where the Miraidon deck goes crazy right now. Oh yeah, they're gonna go ham right now. They got the Latias to help them retreat. They're gonna use that. Oh yeah, their Iron Hand is already set up. Oh god, this is bad. This is no good. I think we might have to go into a game 3. Ooh, they got the Secret Zekrom EX art. I like that. That's a clean full art. Let me tell you something. Also, speaking of cards, my friend who's been trying to get me to go to tournaments with him, I've spoken about him a couple times on this channel. He actually... Oh, there we go. Unfortunately, I can't use Altaria right now, but I'll just attach... Actually, do I want to... Yeah, I'm just gonna have to sack off the Jynx right now. Oh god, that sucks. He actually is trying to get me to go to one of his online, in-person tournaments, not online. So I've been looking at like Card Cavern and all these other like TCG websites to try and get myself a deck. And I kind of want to just hold off though on building a real deck until the end of this month when the Mega cards come into the format, because I'm telling you guys, there's gonna be a Zygarde EX in that set, and I'm gonna want to play it. Zygarde is my favorite legendary of all time. I love Zygarde. Zygarde is my favorite legendary, and when I first started playing TCG back in the X and Y era, like tail end of Black and White X and Y era, I had a Zygarde EX deck. And it had the, oh god, what was the name of that card? If I remember to put it on the screen, I'll put it up now. But it was like, it had the little Zygarde cell or Zygarde core, and Oh, they're gonna Prime Catcher. Okay. Oh god, and they're gonna take out Altaria. God, this is no. I'm just moving on to the next matchup. This is horrible. I'm moving on. Goodbye. All right, here we are. Last match of the day. I'm getting frustrated now with this, with the nonsense that PTCGL is throwing at me. I'll be very happy if I could at least get one win to showcase you guys. But to get back to my story, I had the Zygarde EX, and it had the little power cell or core. The little squishy, as they call it in the anime. You attached it to Zygarde, and then he had an extra attack that did 200 damage, which is like nothing by today's standards. But back in the X and Y era, that was a lot of damage, 200 damage. So that was, and it was probably, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was probably the worst deck you'll ever see. I was like such a new player. It was such a bad deck, but you know what? I had so much fun with that deck, and I used to play my brother who had no idea how to play the TCG. I played a couple of my buddies in the cafeteria in high school, and they were like, they weren't like players, they were just like collectors. Like we would like trade cards because the art looked cool in the cafeteria. Like we were those kids. But yeah, it was just, man, that brings me back. Those were good memories, man. Honestly, I'm looking back at my last play, and I probably should have used the Earthen Vessel to at least got a Steel Energy on Swablu, just so it was a little set up. Now it's got nothing going for it. Oh, there's the Steel Energy. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna evolve into Arctibax, and then I'm gonna put this onto Swablu just in case I can get the Baxcalibur going. Hopefully we get something set up here. We do. We got Altaria set up. I like that. And we Iono'd them out of the Dragapult in their hand, so that's good. I think I just want to keep it at that, and I'm just gonna, nope, I'm just gonna switch in here and evolution into Baxcalibur and Altaria. So that wasn't bad. That was a pretty good handle, things considered. Oh, that's what I wanted. We don't have Baxcalibur. We prized our Baxcaliburs. Are you freaking kidding me today, PTCGL? Bro, PTCGL is getting me tight today. I'm really upset right now. You have no idea. And we have no way of getting that without KOing an opponent. I have two Baxcaliburs, and they're both prized, you mean to tell me? God almighty, it's literally every time I hit this record button, I'm telling you. Stay positive, Rare, stay positive. They're gonna boss. What are they gonna boss? Probably the Arctibax, right? Of course. Now I gotta find my Air Balloon, which, guess what? It's probably gonna be prized. Watch, just watch. I wanted to save that for Altaria, but I guess not. Anyway, as you guys can see, I started using the default cards. That way, when I put the deck list in the description down below, if you guys want to use this deck, hopefully you have a better time with it than I have, because literally the second I hit record, this deck is going to caca today. So hopefully you guys have a better outcome than I do. But I started using the default cards. That way, when you import them into PTCGL, it should just work. You don't have to like edit the deck anymore, because I usually put all the blingy decks, as I like to call them, put the bling bling. But this should be easier for you guys if you want to just use the deck yourself. And honestly, I don't even care if they take out Arctibax. They're not going to. They don't have enough damage. But even if they did, I wouldn't even be upset, because we couldn't even do anything. You know, we get a Steel Energy. Please tell me I have the Air Balloon. Thank you. Okay, and I'm gonna get the Earthen Vessel. Let's get rid of Hilda, because she does us no good right now. Let's get 2 more water energies, and let's take out this cloak. Let me not put that on the wrong person. Let's do that. Let's attach there, and that takes care of your cloak. Okay. All things considered, we're still in a pretty good position. It would have been a lot better of a position if I had Baxcalibur. No, damn it. I was trying to manifest that. But It'd be a lot better if I had Baxcalibur so I could start setting up Jynx. Jynx is kind of tough to set up without Baxcalibur in play, I'm going to be completely honest with you. But all things considered, if I can get myself a Crispin, that could get me 2 energy onto Jynx. So maybe I want a Secret Box. Let me see. Get the Rare Candy, which does absolutely nothing for us. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of Steel Energy. Let's get myself Crispin. Thank God we didn't prize that. Let's get Artazon. Let's get TM Evo, because why not? And I guess we'll get the Earthen Vessel. Yeah, let's get Earthen Vessel. Earthen Vessel's fine. That way, if I do get Baxcalibur from the prizing, I could just... Okay, boom and boom. Let's put the steel into our hand and we'll attach the water to Jynx. There we go. So if worst comes to worst, we can retreat into Jynx and attach the steel energy, and we can use the second attack to knock out Latias. They are going to stay asleep, thank goodness. Fine, okay. All things considered, even with this setback, we are making progress. So kudos to me for sticking this one out. The first match was diabolical in the sense that they got literally everything that they ever wanted. And the second matchup, I literally just could not compete with Miraidon. Miraidon is, in my opinion, I think Miraidon is the best deck in the format. I think it's better than Gardevoir for 2 reasons. One, it's not as tedious as Gardevoir, and they're probably going to take out Baxcalibur right now with this Monkey Dory, because why not, right? It's not as tedious as Gardevoir with the sequencing. And 2, I feel it's a lot more consistent than Gardevoir. And it's a lot less tedious trying to set it up. Yep, and there goes Arctibax. You know what? I don't even care. Don't even care. It was pointless for me to try and get a Baxcalibur set up at this point. Now, we are actually going to have to use Jynx's attack to knock out this Latias, because we can't knock it out with just Altaria. So actually, it works out. Unfortunately, I am going to have to get... Oh, they have Blood Moon or Luna. So you guys will actually get to see Jynx's heart-stopping attack in action. So that's pretty cool. That is, if they flip at least one tail, which they don't. God bless me. Oh my God. Why? You know what? Do me a favor. Get rid of this Monkey Dory. I can't with it. I can't. I've had enough going for me today. Oh, God bless, dude. Put that there. Get rid of the Monkey Dory. My God. Like, I've been gone for a week, and PTCGL is just like, nah, we're going to do everything in our power to screw you over today. That's pretty much what it's saying to me. The only good thing is... they don't have Dragapult in play, which is good. I got rid of their Monkey Dory. I mean, that's pretty much it. And they're in top deck. Those are like the only redeeming factors I have. But with my luck, they should be pulling a Professor's Research. Iono. Either one of those. See? Called it. Okay, we do get another Jynx. That's fine. We're gonna probably... Oh, Jamming Tower. Okay, that's a little obnoxious. I'll get a Water Energy with Hilda. And I also want to see how many Water Energies I have left, because I think I have 6 Water Energies in the deck. What do we have in the Discord? We have a Steel Energy. I'm going to play 4 Steel Energies, if I'm not mistaken. So 1, 2, 3. There should be 1 more in the deck. Don't quote me on any of this stuff that I'm saying right now. Wouldn't it be completely ironic if the whole point of this deck was to showcase Jynx EX and I never got a chance to showcase Jynx EX? That would be a real showstopper, to say the least. They're gonna Itchy Pollen us and item lock us. Fortunate. There's my Water Energy. Very nice. So let's attach that to Jynx. What do I want to do here? Do I want to set up another Jynx? Let me see how many Water Energies I have. I have 4 in the deck. Okay, cool. So we don't have any Steel Energies in the deck. That's fine. Let's get the Altaria just for thinning purposes. And then think we're just gonna take out the Badoo and just gonna glide here. Just to flex. Don't have to lullaby here, I could just glide. We get Baxcalibur, yeah, a day late and a dollar short, my friend. And unfortunately, we cannot get another Arctibax set up, or Frigibax rather. The backs really messed me up here. You don't have to play this Frigibax. I mean, you can play any Frigibax you like. I just played this one because it had the most HP with 70. I like to have 70 from my basics because not only are they safe from Dragapult's Phantom Dive, but they also searchable with Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Jeez, I can't talk today. I can't talk, I can't win, I can't play. Jeez, I'm just like getting completely flustered and bewildered right now by my opponents. If they can't find an energy, which I'm very hopeful that they can't. Or if I can find a boss. Did I used a boss, right? Yeah, I took out Monkey Dory. So I have one boss in the deck. Okay, they're just gonna pass it to us. Great. So we can. There's my boss! Holy cannoli! Alright, let's boss up Dragapult. Let's. Nope, not that. Let's. You know what? Let's start setting up another Jynx. Let's put this guy to sleep and pray that we can finally get Jynx going. Please do not flip double heads. Thank you. Okay. Flip double tails. Now, they can't retreat without a switch or a jet energy, which is what several Edge just pulled out of their rear end in the first matchup. So hopefully they stay asleep and we can actually finally showcase this Jynx EX. I mean, it only took what? I've been recording for about 30 minutes? Madonna me. Alright, they use an Ultra Ball to get themselves a cloak, and finally, they stay asleep and we can finally showcase this Jynx EX. My god. What a trifle this has been. Let's retreat using one steel energy. Let's put the Jynx up in the active. And let's heart-stopping kiss to one-hit KO this Dragapult ES. Instant knocking it out. Nice. And off the prizing, we get ourselves Artazon. Good. We actually need that to bump the jamming tower, which will allow our Jynx to retreat. Oh, never mind. They're just gonna knock out Jynx with Moon. That's not good. They are gonna Nest Ball. Pheasant Dippy. Okay, yeah, they're definitely getting themselves set up again. All right. I do notice that though lately. I don't know what it is, but all the Dragapult players I've been running into, they've been having a hard time setting up. I don't know what it is, but that just seems to be like a recurring theme lately, even when I'm playtesting. Ooh, they're gonna counter catch. Interesting. They're gonna go for Altaria? That's an interesting play. I honestly, I would have just kept the Jynx in and just knocked it out. Okay. They're going to fall into Dusclops, but they can't use Dusclops or we win, so that's kind of pointless. Okay, they get the Dragapult. Do they have the energy? They do not. They're just going to Blood Moon. That's fine. I think I have enough energy. Alright, let's get Jynx. If worst comes to worst, we can Icy Wind and put this Ursaluna to sleep. So that might be my best bet. Let's get ourselves another Frigibax, because we can evolve that into Baxcalibur next turn, so that's fine. Fine by me. The only saving grace we have is Icy Wind. Hopefully we keep them asleep by them flipping tails. Now, Icy Wind... Okay, good. We get Tails. Cool. If they get one more Tails, we actually just win. Icy Wind is not as strong as Altaria's attack, the Soothing Lullaby, because you only have to flip one heads to wake up, which is a 50-50 chance as opposed to a... what is it with Altaria? I think it's 45% chance or 35% chance with Altaria. And yet our opponent's gotten it almost every time, so... Who knows? Why are they going for Dust Noir? They can attack with Dust Noir. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. I've never seen anybody use Dusknoir to attack. I mean, that would be kind of cool if they did. I'm not going to hate on it. Also, did they change the way that hollows look again? I kind of like the way this hollow looks right now. That's kind of cool. I like that. They get an energy onto the Dragapult. They cannot retreat this Blood Moon, though, because they are asleep. So, what is going to be my opponent's move? I have them in check right now. It's checkmate if they flip tails. If it's not tails, though, then we, unfortunately, that's just it, you know? Here we go. Coin flip decides, and they wake up. Oh my god, son of a monkey's uncle. I can't catch a break today, I really can't. It's like literally everything is going wrong. I want to put Cleffa down because that's just... Actually, I don't want to put anything down. Let's just see what we got. We have 3 energies and 1 Earthen Vessel, 2 Arvens. I mean, we have good odds here of getting something good next turn, but just a matter of do we get it. Now, if they flip tails this turn, we win. Got tails. Okay, we won. They can't retreat Ursaluna without a switch or a jet energy. So we have them in check right now. They can't attack, they can't retreat. They are in complete check. They got a professor's research, but will they get themselves a jet energy or a switch? Either of those will get them out of the position that they are in, and that will allow us to win. If I were them and I wanted to go out in style, I totally would have just used Dusknoir to take out the Altaria and went out in style, but that's just me. Oh my god, they're actually going to do the Dusknoir thing. That's great. That's so great. Thank you so much, Yukari Kino. I give you full respect for that. That just made my day. I needed that after the nonsense that just went on. They went out in style. Thank you. That's amazing. Take your prize card and let's skedaddle. Alright, that is going to do it for Jynx EX. It's not a bad deck. I mean, you guys have seen it in action. It's not bad. It's just we were getting absolutely mollywopped by our opponents today. They had amazing setups. They had pretty much everything that they needed. I'm just really happy that we were able to pull out a W despite all of the challenges that we had to go through in that last matchup. And actually, the opponent that I faced at the end in that last match, they sent me a friend request after the match. So yes, I did accept your friend request, and thank you so much. I hope you're a fan and a follower of the channel. But if not, check me out on YouTube. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. It wasn't a great showcasing of Jynx EX, but you know, it did what it had to do. Maybe in the comment section if you want to tell me what you think we could do to maybe make this deck a little better, or if you want to playtest it yourself, by all means. In all the playtesting that I did, it did phenomenal, and then the minute I hit record, everything went to caca for me. So maybe it'll work better for you. But that's going to do it for today. This has been your boy, Rare TCG, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!